I think that when people try to underestimate you, or sometimes when people are limiting you, it's not really because of you, but it's really because of them, of how limited they really understand of where you come from, and because they don't know you. And I always take it as an invite to let them know of what I'm capable of what my background is, and also to show them my potential. Hello, I am Michael Vincent Uy, and this is my life in architecture. So I graduated in 2006, and then immediately after my graduation, I was offered a scholarship to go to Italy at Politecnico di Milano. It was a master's degree, and it took me 2 years for this master's. And I went to Dubai for a few years to work, and then I came back to Milan. One day I got an offer to join a big Italian fashion company, Dolce and Gabanna. So I worked in Dolce and Gabbana for 5 years. In these 5 years, I've worked in Asia. I've traveled most of the time to the Middle East. And on my third year, I was stationed in the United States, in New York, and the Caribbeans. It was a great deal of learning experience to have my education starting from the Philippines and then moving to Italy, and then having an international experience also in the Middle East. Probably, give or take, around after 10 years, I put up my own studio. I was fortunate enough as a very young architect to be invited to present for the very important project of the restaurant of the Theater of Milan, Teatro, alla Scala. And definitely because of this opportunity, I started my own office. So this was really my first project. The input from the foundation was that you have to interpret the inherent details of the theater to the restaurant. There must be a connection. And when we talk about the theater, what do you think of the theater? Red curtain, velvet seats, gold embellishments. And this is something that we try to bring to the restaurant to give you a feeling of an extension to it, but at the same time, giving it a contemporary spin. For the project in Como, we had to maintain the historical facade, but we had the liberty of redoing everything from the inside. Now, if there's something that is really very special about this project, is that we were able to secure a permit to have an overhang pool over the lake. Actually, if you fly a helicopter on Lake Como, the project is very evident because we extended the front porch of the house and has an overhang pool towards the lake. And the overhang of the pool serves as the cover for the boat parking, because you could actually access the house in two ways, from the road and also from the lake. So it's a little bit more of a James Bond house. That was the inspiration. And inside, we didn't really want to compete with the outside because it's all openings and windows. We thought that the most important thing is not to overclutter the design, but really to highlight the details, the door, the window, to frame everything. So I guess the root word for Lake Como project is framing, because wherever you go, you have a view. And it's really very important to frame them properly and to give it justice. Now, something is very special about this store because one of the key features of this project was the continuous book matching of the marble. You've heard a lot about how architects design their book match their marble, but this is an infinite book matching. It folds, it opens, it continues down to the stair, and then climbs to the wall. It's literally a one-piece project, and everybody who steps into this project are really amazed. And for someone who really works in design and with marbles, they know that it's not a work of only one block. It's a work of literally going to the quarry, cutting several blocks, and taking these blocks and numbering them, because that's the only way you'll be able to do that project. Now, it's a very costly approach and very risky, but no risk, no rewards. You can just imagine that I just started my office and I just had a really amazing run with the La Scala. But when the project of the Mandarin Oriental Tel Aviv Residences was awarded to me, and I discovered I'm not just going to do portions of it, I'm going to do the whole tower, 25 floors and 4 floors underneath. I was very happy, but I was also very scared. But people say that if your dreams doesn't scare you, then they're not big enough. And this one definitely was really big enough. The project is 230 apartments, including the swimming pool, a private garden, a specialized gym. It has spa, cinema, all the public facilities you could imagine on a luxury residence project. The mid-century period inspired us, mainly because the furniture in that time, they're elegant, and one thing that really characterizes all the furniture and the style in that period is the curation of the details, the brass, the cement, the wood, but all done in the right dosage, that it's not overly done, but more like jewel. We gave it a contemporary oriental spin to it. So paneling, which is very oriental, verticality, repetition, and a lot of textures. And for the color and feel, we know that this is a beachfront project. We can't avoid to really take inspiration with the color of the sand. It's very light, it's very beige. The colors are almost related and complementary to each other. We are really at the curation of the details rather than the decor. And one of the things that you really see in a product development is the many shades of metal when you go inside a luxury residence project. And when you say, what do you mean by metal? The door handle, the door frame, the switches, the sockets, the faucets. These are all the elements of interior architecture that has inherently the metal details. We are able to really invite and work with the companies because you give companies a vision. This is literally extra work for them. But you tell them how often you see a real project that has been really curated, everything to the details, but also the color. Is it so hard to get a project that has all its metalware in the same tone? Yes, it is. We designed these pieces knowing that these people who are buying into these projects can be really proud of that they have something really special, and that's something that really inspires us. I really want to draw to the strength of being Filipino, to the craftsmanship that is available locally, bringing it to Europe. And who knows, we might be able to create new exciting designs. When people say the hard part is to start, I always try to correct them, When from nothing to have something is hard, try having something and maintaining it. This is something that we should always remember when you have something, to give everything, to give it your all. Because when you have it, people recognize, and people recognize really hard work and dedication to a design. Thanks for watching. I am Michael Vincent Uy, and this has been my life in architecture.